Hi everybody, Mike with Enviroscape LA. Really excited tonight. It's about 9:30 at night, and I'm here with my buddy Greg. You're actually from
I'm
where?
from the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County.
Okay, great. And we've got our little friend here. It's a Coqui frog from Puerto Rico. Now here's the story. I went to a nursery, a local nursery. I bought some plants, and as you can see back of me, there's this gorgeous waterfall back here. And the homeowners like to have it look like a tropical rainforest. So I went to this local nursery. I bought plants, and then the homeowner said about a couple weeks later, Mike, you know what? Could you trim some branches up high up, because there's this bird, this exotic bird that's just keeping us awake at night. And so we trimmed the branches, didn't do any good. Luckily, they actually recorded the bird, and then they found what they thought was a bird, and they sent it to some specialists, and he said, that's not a bird, that's a frog. It's keeping them up from 8 o'clock at night till about 4 in the morning. Neighbors weren't getting sleep, and it became a real problem. One frog, this little guy. So we called Greg, and Greg, can you talk to us more about this little guy?
Yeah, so I'm the curator of herpetology at the Natural History Museum, and this little frog, so he's about an inch long, and this is an adult male Coqui frog, and these are originally from Puerto Rico, and they were actually moved to Hawaii unintentionally via the nursery plant trade. And they then became established on Hawaii, and now through nursery plants being shipped here from Hawaii, these Coqui frogs are showing up here in California. And although they're quite small, they actually have this incredibly loud call, which they will give many times in a row, and as a result are actually capable of sort of keeping people awake at night, making people think that they're birds calling all night long. We've had reports of people thinking that they're broken car alarms, or broken electronic equipment, but in fact, it's just these frogs just giving calls all night long.
Mm-hmm. Great. And fortunately, you were able to catch it like a record time, right?
Yeah, we got really lucky tonight. We were able to catch this frog very quickly. He started calling about 45 minutes after sunset, and fairly quickly we were able to catch him. But sometimes, they can just, if they're not, sort of caught, they'll just call all night long and just keep people awake.
Great. And if they breed, let's say this is a male, it finds a female and they breed, potentially, what's the impact for Southern California?
Yeah, so these frogs are very different than a lot of the frogs that we think about in California. These don't have a free-living tadpole stage. So the tadpole stage kind of happens in the eggs, and then what hatches out of the egg is a little tiny froglet. And so it doesn't matter if there's a pond or a stream around, these frogs can make it. And if they get established somewhere, and it's going to be a place that is fairly wet, again, they're from Puerto Rico, they like Hawaii, Mediterranean climate's going to be rough for them unless there's a lot of water. But if there's a lot of water around, these might get established, and they can be quite loud, and they're definitely going to keep, if they show up at someone's backyard, they're going to keep those homeowners awake, and they're going to keep the neighbors awake.
Mm-hmm. So it can be a real nuisance in Southern California. So we have solutions for this. I encourage you, give us a call, enviroscapela.com. Check us out on the web. We've got solutions for this. We've got answers, but we'd love to work with you, especially if you're a landscaper, you're a professional, you're in the nursery trade. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about it and get word about this. This is Mike from Enviroscape LA signing off. When you think sustainability, think Enviroscape LA.